This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we have a special opportunity. We're learning the Mishnas Sofrim. We're actually up to the Ois Nun, but we have a special privilege to have on our Shiur Rabbi Dovid Hirsh, the author of Halacha, where we've been using his volume extensively, and we've been our learning has been enhanced by his diagrams. I want to thank my friend Dr. Pinchas Watzlawski for recommending the Sefer, and Dr. Pinchas got up especially early to be with us this morning, so Yasher Koyach. Okay, Rav Hirsh Shlita, we want to ask you some questions. The first one, if I can, is not on the sheet. It's when we were learning the Ois Beis, and I think this question you answered me, but I would like you to share with the Olam. When we were learning the Ois Beis, the Mishnas Sofrim said that there should be a tag on top of the letter. The lashon is tzarich lechatchila sheyehela beroisha mitzad smal al panea tag katan. But if in your sefer on page 275 in diagram 4 in the picture, there are actually two details. One is a little bit of a thorn that's coming out of the edge of the letter, and one is a stick with a ball on top. So we weren't sure, I wasn't sure which one is the tag, and right, only one of them is the tag, and what's the other one? So could you enlighten us about that, please?
Okay. Take a look. You have the big sefer, Rabbi Glatstein,
the big sefer, yeah.
Look by the Hakdama, at the very beginning of the sefer.
Yes, I see that.
Before the Hakdama, the page before the Hakdama, the Klalim, the
Shiurim b'sefer, yeah.
Right. So in the left box, right, there's a base with the same picture.
Yes.
You have that?
Yes.
So,
by the way, whoever has the sefer, it's right before the Hakdama. There's a few pages called Klalim L'Shiurim b'sefer. There are 2 pages. It's the second page, second line, left-hand diagram.
Yeah. Also, and Rabbi Yeager also has the old sefer, the blue one. It's also in the front there in the Hakdama. Yeah. That okay. I asked Rav Friedlander in Mizmano. I asked him that you see some Sofrim make a little tag. Some people make like a mako with a ball on the top, and some Sofrim do both. They're all considered tagging. They're all considered a tag. Bedek Chaya, Beis Daled, Kuf, Ches, Yud.
Sorry, we lost you. Ches, Yud, Hey? Are you hearing? Is it the Olam hearing? I'm not hearing.
Oh, no.
Okay, now we hear you.
Yeah. Bedek Chaya. Those who has Bedek Chaya, Beis Daled, Kuf, Ches, Yud, Hey, all have tagim. Right?
They all have tagim. Okay. So I'm going to go into another question, and I want to thank Rav Mendy Fish for being the cipher of the questions. I think Mendy asked this question. In Siman Lamed Vav, Sif Gimel, the Mechaber says that Tzarech L'Tayig Shatnez Gates, V'Hasofrim Nagu L'Tayig Oisios Acheros. These Oisios Acheros, is that the Bedek Chaya, Rabbi Hirsh, that you're referring to? Or is that something else?
Page 265?
Yeah, page 260. The Mechaber is on Siman Lamed Vav Sif Gimel. Yeah, 264. Oh, in your diagram it's 265. Yes.
So they're the osios that are grayed out, that have gray background. Al Pikabala, I don't remember. No, it's. I think it's in the Torah, Beis Yosef, Shimushi Rabbah, they have different tagim. You see all the letters with a gray background?
Yes. So
So they all,
that's different than Bedek Chaya?
yeah, it's
Okay, thank you. Rabbi Hirsh, I'm going to put up the questions on the screen now that Ramendi wrote, and this way the Olam could see some of the questions that we were discussing. We'll start with one. Okay, we learned that the ukit small on the top of the aleph should be in line with the ukit simin at the bottom. This is page 272 to 273. It's diagram 9. Throughout the rest of this page and on page 265, where a sample ksav is shown, the aleph doesn't look like that. So, how critical is it that the ukatsim on the top and the bottom of the aleph align?
So look at on page 365 in the back, ha'ora vav.
Oh. 365. Oh yeah. I see. The Sefer Mishmeres Stam. Lemaisa beroiv haksavim ein hoksav mechuvanim. Va'emesh abdei lechamnem zeh me'al zeh karoitzach limshoy chitiv hanukuda tachtoina liyamin. Ach haidei zeh zizkar hanukuda el haguf v'koshim el tzamshim solitika baguf. Ach emoisim kafishin azbar le'el al yidei shem man mich hanukuda b'chatzi kolmas noisaf misrachekes b'zeh hanukuda min haguf. So, Rabbi Hirsh, what you're writing is that if you were to align it, then it's in danger of touching the body of the letter.
Right.
So what's the Eitzah? What do you write in Dalet here?
In Dalet?
I'm saying in this picture, like the fourth point, you write Achim Oisim Kafishin Esbar El Al Yedei Shem Man Mich Hanekuda B'Chatzi Komas Noisaf. Misrachekes v'zanakuda min haguf. Could you explain that, please?
Yeah, if he makes it a komas and a half, like picture Dalet, right?
Okay.
Then I could pull it over. You could pull it over and it won't touch it. But I quoted from Mishmeres Stam. They're also, Achrei Achronim, they're Bismanenu there, but that's what the Sofrim, they don't do it. It's not. It's not. They don't do it. No one does it. No one did it. There's a bit of a lamdas. I forgot to look. I'll try and look it up. I had notes from Menachem Davidovich.
Okay. Excellent. Question number 2. This, I think, and question number 2 is probably the area of our biggest question regarding the ois hay, where we learned that the leg under the hay should be directly opposite the edge of the roof. And yet, if you have an elongated hay, so on page 280 to 281, and the Mishnas Sofrim says, if you have an elongated hay, so you made the leg in the middle of the hay, it's postal. So you need to scrape it to get the leg aligned with the edge. So what we didn't understand was, why is that not classic chartuchais, where you're being machsher the hay by scraping? And then we added, that's a question in and of itself. Why are you allowed to scrape the roof
Let's
of
do
the
one
hay?
at a time. One at a time, okay? So
Yes.
Take a look on page 301.
Yes.
Number 26.
Okay. Yes. Very good.
So it's...
So over here, Rabbi Hirsh writes, "Va'afilim tim saleimer de behei ba'ofen zeh gam ken kosher, sham shani de ikar tunasa ken lekam rishayim."
It's a kosher hay, even with the regal inside, in the middle, according
Okay.
to some Rishonim. So it's not chok tochos. It's a hay, and he's making it look nicer.
Mhm. Okay, good. Thank you. I mean, could just to respond to ask back, here the Mishnah Sofrim says, "Vim asa be'emtza pesula."
Sorry. What about us hay?
I'm on page 281. I'm on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 8th line in the Mishnah Brura by number 8 in your Sefer. Number 8 in the Mishnah Sofrim, "Vim asa be'emtza pesula." So,
good. Okay.
so
Don't know.
I mean, and the reason why you're fixing it, Rav Hirsh, is because you're concerned for the opinion that it's postal. So then, how does it help to fix it? According to the opinion that it's postal, it's chayk tuchais. Is it that we're being soimech on the shitas that it's kosher?
Let's see. Yeah, it seems like it. Take a look in picture number 10, right?
Yeah.
So Nakuda Imsa God. In Kasav Ateva Achrezeh, he wrote afterwards. So now if he wrote tefillin, he'll be over. He can't erase back, right?
Right.
Tefillin, you have to write Kesidron.
Right.
So what should he really do over here? He should erase the aleph and the mem and the so you can't erase it.
Right.
So what's the lesson of the Mishnah Sofrim? Nakuda neged imsa gag im kasav atevas achrezeh en yachol letaken b'shum lo kesidron. So really, he could erase back, but he can't say it's Shem Hashem afterwards. Or lav nafka, it could be Leah ba, and there's a Shem Hashem. A few words afterwards, he can't erase back.
Mm-hmm.
So, what can he do?
Right.
B'makam shigam tikun zeh eni yochol asos kigon shehei ve'emsa ateva imigora gag ye shtei ketevos azi yesh lahakshir below tikun ki yesh ari hashonim sovrim tunas hehi kach. If he had tefillin and he couldn't erase back, there's a Shem Hashem, he could even leave the hay like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you see we were b'makam pasul. He's going to be puzzled to fill in, then the Mishnah Sofrim is meko to be somek on the Rishonim that hold that the regals even in the kosher, even in the middle of the hay.
Mm-hmm. So okay. So let me rephrase the question then. If b'shas hadchak you could rely on the Rishonim that it's kosher as is because you're allowed to have the leg and middle of the hay, then why should you get involved in fixing it? How does it help to fix it, let's say in a Sefer Torah? But why are you fixing it? Because you're choishish for the Rishonim that it's postal? But you're not accomplishing anything by fixing it. Because if you're fixing it because you're choishish it's postal, then it's still postal, because it's choy tuchais. What do you accomplish by scraping the roof of the hay? If it's kosher, you don't need to scrape it. And if it's postal, it's going to be weiter postal because of choik tuchais. Okay, that wasn't our question, but now it is.
Yeah. Manashach. Let me see if I understand the question. It's a kosher hay. It's a kosher hay. No, but it's a kosher hay. Oh, you want to make it look nicer. We have a few cases like that.
You're saying even according to the opinion that it's postal, it still has the tamuna of a hay. So it's not chak tuchos because you're just fulfilling a halachic requirement, but you're not making it have tsuras ha'is.
Say again, sorry.
No, I just is what the Rav's saying, that even according to the opinion that the hay is postal, but it's postal because it doesn't meet a technical requirement, but it still has the image of a hay. It still has the tumun of a hay. So by fixing it, it's not chak tuchos, because chak tuchos is when you make it have the image of the letter.
Right.
But this is not chak tuchos because it already has the tumun hay, even though it would have been postal without it.
Right. So take a look on page 113, number 3.
Number 3. Okay.
So over there, he has a base,
and
there's a nakuda, some dio fell inside, or on top, or on the side. He can erase it. I chok tochos. No, because it didn't change sursa os. It's a kosher base.
Right, but again, Rabbi Hirsh, in this case, it's not a kosher hay, right? You're fixing it because the Mishnah Sofrim says it's psula.
But Ikaron, I'll try and ask someone. It just seems like it can be samek on Rishonim that's kosher hay.
I think what we're trying to say is that even if you need to fix it because it's postal, but it's not postal because it doesn't have tsuras hahei. It's postal because it doesn't meet a specific halachic requirement, but it's still ikar tsuras hahei olav. Okay,
I'll try and ask. I'll try and find out.
Okay. Thank you. Let's we'll try one more question now. One thing I guess which we don't have full clarity on is when you do something improper, how much do you actually have to scrape off? So let's go to 291 page 12, diagram 12. 291 diagram 12. Here the person was supposed to make a yud, and it looks like a small lamed.
Right.
So the Mishnah Sofrim says, Sefer Tarsha nimtzava yudin kitzuras lamed ketanim psula, v'tzarch ligra kol ha'is, v'lachzor yud mechadash. Why? Because otherwise it's chayk tuchais. And if it's a yud of Hashem's name, you're going to have to remove the whole Uriah. So the question is, why does one have to erase the whole letter? Why can't you just do like on page... Why can't you just do like on the next page, diagram 1, where you take off the ukutz and you take off the tag? Like the Mishnah Sofrim says, if it's the yud of Hashem's name, in my yud nira mamish kalamed, Azay yochel ligra afilu b'shem ba'ofen shlo yishar rak guf hanukuda v'achar kach Yosef alav milmala ulamata. Shuvas Chasam Sofer.
Yeah. Okay.
Why is that? Why can't you always do that?
Yidim Shoshem. Okay. No, it's a stira. It's a stira. No, it's a stira. It's a stira in the Mishnas Sofrim, right? Page number 13. He says you have to misalek the Youre, and then the next page, number 1, he says you can fix it.
Depends how similar it is to the Lamed. The second case is Imenira Mamash Kalamed. La'ain Koil, if it's absolutely clear it's a Lamed, it's not a Yud, then that's not a problem.
Yeah,
but
right. Because you never wrote Hashem's name.
Right.
Yeah, so that's not our question. We're not asking a stira. We want to know. Here he brings from Shuvas Chasam.
So I asked Yaakov Zion's. He's a pasuk, big pasuk in Yerushalayim on Stam. I asked him the question: Why did, like in picture number 12, he says to erase the whole whole yud, and then on the next page when it's by Shem Hashem, to just to take off the pasul.
Right. That's what. Yes, that's what we're asking. Yes.
So he said by Shem Hashem, even though it's not Shem Hashem, or else it couldn't be Mocheke, but it's Shah.
But it's what? Sorry, we didn't hear. What happened?
Where there's a similar halacha.
Sorry, Rabbi, we didn't hear what you said. Could you say that one more time? The answer?
Yeah. Yes. By Shem Hashem, we try to leave as much as we can.
Mm-hmm.
That we see it also by Chav Sofi. Chav Sofi that looks it maybe say it touches the bottom of the cloth. You have to scrape away. So we leave, or the side, we leave the gog of the regal. We leave as much as we can. We're postal sursaos, but we leave as much as we can. By Shem Hashem, we leave as much as.
Mm-hmm. Okay, could we? I'm sorry, we lost the last few moments.
By Shem Hashem, we keep as much as we can. And similarly, by the Chav Sofi.
Okay, so could we clarify the question by the Chav Sofis that you mentioned? Like in on page 294 in diagram 8, he says v'diavad nin subsevitar shehimshach hagag shel chaf ad shenera karesh. Im b'efshar laharach haregel mata yarech, v'im lav yimchay kakoil, v'yesh makilin dedai begreras haregel ay hagag.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that a general rule that you really are supposed to erase everything, and it's only like a kula to leave a little bit? And it's only by the Shem Hashem where we try to leave as much as possible?
There's a few factors. By the chaf and a yud and a vav, it's done with kasiva achas. It's one. So that's another. I'm not sure that on the Mishnas Sofrim doesn't mention it, but that's one nakuda, and one nakuda, another nakuda Shem Hashem. So really, if it's kasiva achas, and he made say he made a Reish Makom Vav, right? He made a long Rosh, and he made Reish Makom Vav. Then it's enough to Maval.
It's enough what? We didn't hear that. It's enough to?
A whole os.
Sorry, if you wrote a Reish B'Makam Vav, it's enough to do what?
He has to Mavatal the whole os.
Oh, okay.
Because
Why?
because it's Kasiva Achas.
Okay. So then why is there a Yesh
Friedlander said, Friedlander to say it's like electricity. It's electricity. It's all connected. It's all postal. The whole Kasiva.
Uh-huh. So why by the final Chaf does some say Dai Begreiras Haregel if it's all Ksiva Achas? Or it's a Yesh Makilin? Sorry, would you I didn't hear that. Would you mind saying that last thing one more time?
Yesh
Yesh
Makilin. Yesh Makilin.
Uh-huh. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, it was a great zchus to get your insight into some of our questions, and on behalf of everyone, we really very much nana from your sefer. It really helped us a lot in the learning. It really clarified things for us. And Rabbi Hirsh, when you get the video part working, and you could we could be zoicha, because the whole reason we use the sefer is Eino Doima Shmiya L'Riya. So we want to apply that to the mechaber also.
Okay.
So when you get your video working, you could send me a message and share with us some divrei chizuk, whether it's for tomorrow or a different day.
Okay. I'll try tomorrow. Hashem. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for being mahanas.
Okay.
Kol tov.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.